We are already 2 years in that these ovens are sitting idle, that we are not, we can't go out and look for more business. The conditions in the bakery are horrendous. She gets involved. Okay, the first task that she was faced with, that we were faced with all along, was to remove this stop work order, not only to turn the ovens on, but to replace these air conditioners. That the only thing that we could have done before each summer season was try to repair them as much as we can. But no matter how hard we try to repair them and to make them functionable, they would be constantly failing. So Joanna's first mission was remove the stop work order. Once she boarded the project, she actually realized that that the people within the architectural office that we were dealing with, that this is something that I have never experienced, but according to Adam and her, this was something very new for them as well. The level of carelessness, according to Adam and Joanna, incompetence. I have not enough knowledge to judge their performance on the professional level, but I do know that on the human level that we've been neglected for years, and years without any remorse. Empathy was not the part of the attitude that we've been getting from this office. So Joanna came in and started pressing them as hard as she could in order that we finalize, or that we remove this thing, remove the stop work order, and get the air conditioners replaced and ovens working. Of course, the logical way was to have the professionals that we have hired and pay for obtain and finalize that process. This is how this process was finalized. That Joanna and myself walked into Department of Building on one Thursday in, 2018 or 19, where actually the Department Building Commissioner, there is like an open door policy that that anybody who has any issues in the city or in the borough of Queens can walk in and try to speak with the borough commissioner. And this is exactly what we did. We actually, we walked in after thousands and thousands, or hundreds or dozens of canceled appointments, or at least these were the reasons that we would hear for our architect, and inaccessibility to the building department personnel, and so on and so forth. We walked into an office where we were allowed to see the building commissioner. Joanna, myself were in the room, and the commissioner, where he took the plans and hand sketched what it can or cannot be done, and what needs to happen in order that this stop work order is removed. And this is what actually, and then we handed, meaning she handed the plans that we obtained, that commissioner drew himself. She gave them to the architects, and based on the drawings that we did with commissioner, architects amended their plans, submitted the DOB, and stop work order was finally lifted sometime in 2019 after 7 years. So our architects, it took them 7 years. Joanna took a year and a half. And we were finally able to start working again, which we did. And of course that our business, that our sales went up by 30% the very next year, within the first year that we had these ovens turned on. Let me tell you what other things that they did, and actually this was Adam's idea, and this is how desperate we were. So because we just didn't know what to do, and he was like, we need to write to politicians. I'm gonna draft the letter, explain the process, and I have no access. I mean, first it would never occur to me. I mean, we in our DNA we don't have this sort of instinct to go and complain. Never occurred to me because to begin with. Nevertheless, he drafted the letter, and he sent out these letters went out from this office, and it's probably a little different than I writing them myself, I guess. Nevertheless, we did respond. We did get the respond, and I had done. It was a councilwoman, I forgot the name, who did act on our behalf, who did contact the DOB and actually had the DOB respond to the letter that this councilwoman wrote, thanks to Adam, and the fact, because our architects were saying, oh, DOB is being non-responsive, DOB is being horrible, DOB is the cause of everything that we, meaning you, are going through. And there is probably some truth in that, considering that DOB is one in New York City, one humongous bureaucratical apparatus. So sure, we understand that things are not done overnight, but nothing close to to what our architects were presenting us with. And actually the DOB responded to the letter and actually saying, oh, actually this is going on with the case, and there is no activity, and we haven't been contacted by the architects and so on and so forth. So what I'm saying, the thinking out of the box, being creative in this process, and fighting with all the weapons that legal weapons that one can find, it was not only needed, but I guess without it, we just wouldn't be able to to make any kind of progress.